it's Rachel. How are you all doing? I expect you're working from home. I usually work from home, but working from home like this is slightly different, and I can sense that everyone around me is struggling a little bit. I had kids in the garden up the way. They're not used to being at home. One of my neighbours, I don't know if you can hear, that's midnight train to Georgia, and whoever that is has been sat in their car for about half an hour with the engine running, listening to that out in a loop. So obviously they're not okay, but there's not really, everyone has to do what they can. Property is essentially, our business has ground to a halt. I've got a sale completing on Thursday, and I've made arrangements to be able to give keys to the buyer. The seller has confirmed that the removals company are going to move him. The solicitors are going to transfer the money, and that is probably going to be one of the last sales that happens for quite a while. So I've changed my Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn banner to say we're all human, and I think this is what it's going to come down to. We're all human. There's businesses up and down the country, people local to me, agents I know around and about. It's a struggle. Everyone is going to get down to being human, and living with your family is going to be something that's going to be hard if you don't do that on a regular basis. We're in an unusual position where I've been working from home with the children since we started Blue Door in 2005. I was a much more back office person at that time, and we had a rental business. So I processed £1 million worth of rent every year, did statements, because that was back in the day when systems were expensive, so I created a template and did them by hand. And so our children have watched us run a business for a long time, and they know the basics. Since they were very small, they've known if the TV is on and they're watching it and the phone rings, the TV goes down and we pick the phone up. They learned quite quickly that the mute button is useful, and also once they could read, the subtitle button was even more useful, because it meant they could still keep doing things. So I've got all sorts of experience of mine that I can share with you about how to work with your children around. But the one thing I wanted to share today is you can read studies. They've been in the papers over the last few months about sleep. No one sleeps enough. If you usually have a long commute, you're probably not sleeping enough. If your children are having to get up early to go to school, or you're having to drop them to childminders, or you're having to take them to school clubs before school, then they're getting up too early as well. Then you're struggling because you need to make them go to bed, because they're going to have to be up again in the morning, and sometimes sleep doesn't work. So the one thing I would urge everyone to do now is sleep as long as you need. Go to bed when you need to, get up when you need to. And if you've got children who bounce out of bed first thing in the morning, happy days. Well, maybe it is or maybe it isn't, but put their cereal somewhere they can get it. Show them how to do their breakfast. Maybe put a scoop in the cereal so they don't tip all the cereal out at once. But let them do their thing in the morning. And if you've got children who usually have to get out of bed and drag out of bed, stop doing it. Let everyone sleep as long as they need to. This is going to be a long time that we're going to live like this. And if everyone is ratty from sleep and you're fighting over getting up in the morning and going to bed at night, no one's going anywhere, no one's doing anything, no one has anything that needs to be done urgently. So let's all just sleep as much as we need. So that's that for today. This is my first weird day working from home, and we'll see what the neighbours do tomorrow, and hopefully it's sunny and the sky is blue tomorrow and I can sit in the garden and chat to you again. But tonight, go to bed. Tomorrow, get up when you want. And I hope you sleep well and the day is okay for you. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.